All right. I have a surprise live this time on a Friday night. So I know nobody's here yet, but yeah, if you're watching this later on repeat, thank you for being here. And I'm just going to practice a little tonight. So I figured I would go live just for a practice session. Can't have any music in the background because I don't want to get copyrighted. But normally I just come up to my craps table and play a little music and practice some craps. So that's what we're going to do this evening. All right. So I am starting off with, I think, 600, 3, 4, 5, 50, 75, 85, 90, and 6. So we're going to start off with $600 and we're just going to play a $15 table and see what we can do. Have a little fun. I'll just repeat it, as we're going on, that I started off with $600 and maybe we'll do a rack check every once in a while just to kind of keep everybody updated on where we're at. I got my dealer stash over here. Again, I hope you can see all that. I'm looking at the screen and it looks like most of it can be seen. As long as we can see where the dice go, right? So I am going to throw from the far end. I normally don't do that when I make my, just my strategy videos or whatever. But I am going to throw from the far end. I'll leave my dice up here. I'm going to leave my bank of chips here because I got my laptop back in the corner over here on the table. You guys can't see it, but that's where all the controls are. Mission control. So just another practice session. Just me being me. Hey, Michael. Hey, Wayne. Thank you guys for being here. See, your Friday nights is as exciting as mine is. But yeah, I'm just doing a practice session. I just racked everything up, starting out with $600, $15 table. Not going to do anything in particular. I just normally come up here and blow off some steam after a long week and normally have some music playing, but I can't get copyright strikes, so I'm not going to be able to play any live music for you guys. So just kind of hum to yourself. But anyway, so I'll just do the same thing like I normally do. I'll be every third shooter. So the first couple of shooters, I'm not going to do anything. Hey, Texas Craps. Not at a casino this weekend, buddy? Seem like you have a little report here and there every once in a while for me. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Again, I'm not a dice influencer or anything like that. I do set the dice just for repetition's sake. Just the same thing you do like with a golf swing, or if you bowl, if you're a bowler, you try to use the same motion. Well, I do the same thing with dice. I'm not a pick them up and chunk them person. I do set them and I try to throw them like knuckleball style. I'll just kind of, I showed you guys last week for the ones that were here. I just normally set them, I grab them by the side and I push them to where they go with little or no spin. Most of the time, they do spin occasionally. On a come out roll, when I'm not the shooter, I'm just going to throw like a 4-1-5-1. Let's see. There we go. So 4 and 5 on top. Ones will be facing me. And that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. Just going to practice. I'll go for about an hour. What time is it? 7:36 Central? Okay. So yeah, maybe an hour or so, hour and a half. All right. Dice are out. Looking for a point. And would you know it? Good thing I didn't have any money on the table. 617. 617. All right. I'm going to be throwing the 4-1-5-1 unless I say otherwise. There is another set that I use for normal throws, and then there's a set I use when I'm doing the come out roll. All right. So 4-1-5-1. Here we go. 5-2. That's 2 sevens in a row. I will get set up. I'm on Crapsy. I have a paid subscription, and I'll set it up on Crapsy one night where we can play like that. If you guys have it and want to play along, I'll send a code out and we can do that. I just brought my laptop back up here. I need to get OBS and StreamYard and all that set up and go from there. All right, dice out. 3-2-5. Hey, finally got a point. All right, so I have $600. I'm just kind of going to start out, I don't know, 66. Let's just do that to start. Excuse me. 65 and 66. We'll start out with that on the inside. A little boring maybe, but it's a start. you know, we can build up a little bankroll. We'll kind of do something a little more out there, you know, exotic. Whatever. It's money, right? Or fake money here. But yeah, not till April. Laughlin. Okay. Yeah, cruise. 7 set. Yeah, I've done it before. Especially if I'm getting a bunch of sevens on my normal set, and then I'll just switch to a 7 set. It's like, okay, you want to give me sevens? Well, I'm going to set it as sevens then. Show them that way. All right. Same set, 4151 dice route. Yes, I got a bomb zone down there, you know, landmines, but that's just kind of what I got to do with this short table. Dice out. And a 549. All right, we'll take that. We'll just do a collect and press. How about that? We'll do that to start. So we'll collect first. 18 or 15 is going to pay 21. Same bet. Every once in a while, we'll do a rack check just to see where we're at. And for those that come in late, you know, I'll tell you where I started out at 600, and then we'll see where we're at. All right. Same set, 4151. Let me know if my mic cuts out, because I just filmed Monday's video a little bit earlier, and then hopefully the charge will stay up on my mic. All right, dice out. Oh, 617. Well, my luck ran out. I know that much. So 6-1, and we're done on that one. That is shooter number 1. We got a little bit of money back, about a third of it. $21 out of 66. Not the greatest return. Not really a return at all, but it was something. So let's get another set of dice. And we'll take that 538. And I am going to wet my whistle, get a little drink. Old fashioned is the choice of the evening. If you hear the metallic sound, it's because it's in a Yeti cup. Because if I bring it in a regular glass, the glass just sweats and I get condensation everywhere. And my hands get all wet. And we don't want my hands wet when I'm trying to throw dice. All right, 4151. All right, dice route. Yeah, Michael, we're there's a 4-1. Matter of fact, 415. We are looking into that Laughlin thing. I think I mentioned that the last time I was on here live and you were here. My wife gets the free flights and hotel, and then I get the discounted ones just because I play table games and she plays slots, so her tier points rack up a lot quicker. And she's pretty sneaky like that. She'll play some slots. And, oh, yeah, I only played 200. No, I don't think so. I think you played a lot more than 200. But whatever. We're adults. It's our money. We can do with it what we want. All right. 66 inside is what I'm doing here, as throwing chips all around. All right. So we're trying to get a little bit of a bankroll built up. See what we can do. Hopefully we won't lose too much and have to go to like a cold table or something like that. All right, 4151. Nice out. Awesome. Yeah, we are going to have to go to a cold table if we keep throwing sevens. All right, well, it's my turn to be the shooter, so what do? Do I go pass line or do I go don't pass? Is the question. All right, so I told you guys I throw differently whenever I'm the shooter. So I just do a 5-6, 6-5, or no. Well, that's the way it is from the front. It's actually 5-1, 6-2. So 5-1 from the left to the right. I'm sorry, 5-6 from the left to the right, and then 1-2 from the left to the right. So 5-1, 6-2. I do that on the come out. I seem to throw a lot of 7s and 11s when I do that. I mean, if you're playing the bonus, obviously you don't want to throw a bunch of 7s, but you know, playing the front line, it certainly helps out there. And I'm putting 15 on the front line, and we'll see what we can do. Okay. All right, we're coming out. Dice are out. 325. All right, we'll take it. 15 back there. I'm going to play 16 behind in odds. You have to play an even number since it pays 3-2. And I think it's going to take 51 to cover the rest of the numbers. So we'll put 51 out there. 36 and 15, that is 51, I believe. There's our 36, and there's our 15. We could either put it on the 9, or we could play the field if we're feeling frisky. Why not? It's a Friday night. Let's be frisky. Let's play the field with that 9. Take a chance. We're only playing for an hour or so might as well get what we can get, right? 4151 coming out. Or dice are out, rather. Well, that didn't help, didn't hurt. Well, it hurt a little bit. We'd win 21 on that, but we're losing 15, so we're plus 6. So we're just going to get $6 on that. And we'll leave that 15 there on the 9, or on the field, rather. Should probably move it to the 9. That was probably a subliminal message to myself. Dice out. And a hard 8. So we had a hard 6 and a hard 8. And neither one of them did any good for the field, but we got plus 6 on that one as well. And we'll leave it on the field one more time, just to see what we can do. Dice out. 2 craps, and that is a double on the field. I'll take a double. I'll take a double. All right, there we go. All right, so that is cool. We're going to go ahead and just pull them off and fill out the rest of our board there, and we are covered all the way across. Got our 5 on the point, and we got the rest of the numbers covered. Thank you to the aces there. Got the double on the field. I want to put triple on there, but we'll just leave it as double. All right, dice are out. I'll try to throw away from the pile there. 6, 2, 8. We'll do a collect and press like we did last time. 18 is going to pay 21. We'll go ahead and collect on that first one. There's 21. Color up as I go. There's 5 for a quarter. So we have $38 over here. Started off with what? 51 and 15, 66 plus 16 is 72. So we started out with 72. Dice out. Right against the wall. 6, 4, 10. We will take that. And this will be our press number. So 15 is going to pay 27. Let's pay it out in red. There's 25, 6, 7. Dealer, take my 10 to 20. I'd like to buy it for 20, and I'd like to buy the 4 for 20. And then I'll put the rest in my rack. That is $17 going back to the rack. And we have our 4 and 10 on the buy. I don't have the little lammers, so if it's sitting in the middle like that, that means it's a buy. I'm not playing the come. If I'm playing the come, I'll tell you guys. And gals, if some gals show up. Let's see. All right, 4151. Dice are out. Hit the wall, shooter. All right, there's a 2x4, 6. See, we pressed on the last one, so we collect on this one. That is 15 or 18 is going to pay 21, and I'm out of chips. There we go. 21. And we probably need to color in a little bit again as we go. Otherwise, I got huge stacks over here. There's 5 ones for a nickel. There's 5 nickels for a quarter. All right. Okay, so we got all the numbers covered. That's a good thing. We can regress at any time. We could play some hard ways if we wanted to. Dice out. There's 3 craps. Play some horn numbers. Do we see a horn and bet a horn? I don't know. Got all this stuff kind of covering over here, so it'd be kind of hard. I mean, I could just put the horn number there, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. Let's see what happens. All right, 4151, as I said many times. Nice out. 325. So good thing I didn't play that horn number. That is point hit, so we'll take that. Let's see, 15 on the flat and 3 to 2 on the back. That's 16, so 13, so 39. We'll pay 40 for 1. All right, and that is point hit. So what I normally do is bump my pass line bet up by a nickel and then rack the rest. And now I'm up to $20 there. So also I'm going to color up here real quick, but I'll explain what I'm going to do. There's 5 for a quarter, and there's another 5 for a quarter. There's 4 quarters for a hundo. All right, so I want to hedge against that. That's 20 there. I'm going to do a crap check. That's just playing the any craps. So I'm going to do that for $3. I'm going to get change. There's 5 for 5. And I'll take $3 and put it on the any craps. You guys may or may not be able to see that down there. I think you can. I can leave it there, or I can just put it on the C up here, but I'll leave it on that any craps. Hedge against that in case craps number comes out. We'll, let's see, we'd be +1 on that if we're playing 20 on the pass line, and that would pay 21. All right, we are going to go back to throwing. We're looking for a point, so we're going to throw our 5-1-6-2. Nice out. Oh, there we go. See, I throw that 5-1-6-2 and I hit 7s and 11s. So there's a 7. All right, we're going to lose our any craps, which is fine. We're going to win on the front line. That's $20. And when I win on the front line, I like to go ahead and press by nickel. So we're up to 25 on that now. I'll color that up. Put that in the rack. We've got 25 there to hedge. We're going to need $4 because that'll pay 7 to 1. So that's 28. So we'll throw $4 on our any craps. There's 4. And looking for a point still. All right. 5-1-6-2 on the come out. Nice out. 6-2-8. All right. So we lose the any craps. That's fine. 8 is our point. Dealer's going to ask what you want to do. Let's move it to the 5. Take those 3 off. So we got 15 there. We'll put a quarter back behind, and we are off to the races. Back to the 4-1-5-1 set. And dice are out. 3 craps. Don't really help, don't really hurt. 4-1-5-1. I'm going to keep saying it, even though I'm going to tell myself not to say it. I still say it again. OCD that way. There's a 5-1-6. Let's see. We'll do a collect and press. I don't even know what we did last time. We'll just go ahead and collect. If you don't know what you did, collect. Right? That's what I've always heard. If you don't know what you did last time, collect. So there is 5. I'm going to color up as we go. There we go. All right. So far, so good with this shooter, which is me, which is unusual. Nice out. Bouncy, bouncy. There is a hard 4. Should be playing some hard ways. All right, that's a good one. 20. We'll pay 40 with $1 vig. Pay $1 vig for every $20 bet. There's my $1 vig, and I'll get 40 back. Dealer, take my 10 to, or take my 4 to 40. I'll take that 20 and put it in my rack. There we go. All right, staying with the 4-1-5-1. All right, nice out. Oh, well, we're done now. But we did okay. Started off with what, 70, I think $72 I said. And ended up with 150 some odd, 160. So not too bad. More than doubled our money. Let's see, we'll take all this down and move on, I believe, to shooter number 4, which I said I'd be every 3rd shooter. So I'll just have to keep I don't know, just keep it in the back of my mind where I'm at. And yeah. All right, so let's just do a quick rack check. We were started off with 600. There's 4. And we're not going to be too much over that. There's 550. We're not over it at all because we lost that first shooter. 560, 65, 69, 569. So we've lost $31 so far. Not too bad. We can still kind of play our same strategies, or we can bounce around a little bit. It doesn't matter. If you got something you want to see, let me know. I'll try it out. Just throw a 4-1-5-1. I'm not the shooter, so I'm just going to throw my normal place numbers. 4-1-5-1. Dice out. 5-1-6. All right, 6 will be our point. Do we want to do anything different? Don't know. What does it do? No. 60 there. Let's go. 76. We can do the Uncle Mel way on that 76. Craps Hawaii, where you do 20 on the 5 and 9. And then you do 18 each on the 6 and 8. I forget how the rest of the strategy goes. I know you want to get to 130 and then you get 130 back down to 76. So maybe that's what we do. You like aggressively press, I think, to get to 130. And you go from there. I don't know that you power press, but I know that you press. All right. 4151. Time to play some hybrid. I might in a little bit, Wayne. Nice out. We're only down $31. Well, we're down more than $31 now, not with the 527. So we're down 100. Was it 76 and 31? We're down 107. So we're down to what, 493? That's no bueno. Yeah, we might do that. Nothing there. We'll just take aces. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll play 75 on the don't pass. That might be a little much, but that's what we're going to do. We could just go to 70, but I'm going to play 75. I might play some hard ways. All right, 4151. I'm not the shooter. This is shooter number 5. I will be shooter number 6. Dice out. 549. All right, 9 will be our point. We have 75 down there. We're going to need to get change. Let's see. There's a quarter. 50, 75, and 1. All right, so we'll go ahead and play just 15 on each. I mean, the 70 is overkill, or 75 is overkill at this point, but we could bump it up, I guess. Or we could play a 4 and 10 also. What is that? That's 36, 51. That would be 81. Nah. Where'd that quarter come from? Oh, that quarter was mine. Okay. Let's get a hard 4 and a hard 10 for a nickel each. How about that? And we'll go that way. All right. Sticking with the 4151. Nice out. 5, 415. Whoops. 415. So 15 will pay 21. We'll do a collect and press like we've been doing so far. Or do we want to press with us? No, we'll just stick like that. We need to try to get a little money back early and often. All right. Dice are out. 6, 4, 10. All right. That's not going to do us any good with the hard way. Do we want to replace it? No. What I'll do is take that 5. I'll get 5 and change. I'll go 3 on the hard 10 and 2 on the hard 4. All right. 4151. Dice out. Craps. Ace deuce. Doesn't help, doesn't hurt. Is it time for the see a horn, bet a horn? We don't know. Dice out. Might be going quick, but I'm not playing crapsy. I don't know if you guys are trying to keep up, but so some of the throws might be a little quick. All right, that's 8. It's going to pay us 21. We collected last time, so let's go ahead and press. We'll just go up by 1 unit on each. Bank that nickel. So that is $6 up on the 6 and 8, $5 up on the 5. The don't pass will stay the same. Our hard ways will stay the same. And back to shooting. 4, 1, 5, 1. Dice out. 4, 1, 5. All right, we'll take it. Press last time. We'll collect this time. 20 pays 28. Easy enough. Nickel and 3 singles. I'll swap in some of these singles. There's 5 for a nickel. And 5 nickels for a quarter. Whenever you play a hybrid, when you get to a certain point, say if you hit a few numbers, do you pull your don't pass down or do you leave it out there? Dice out. like if you made enough back to cover. I've seen people do that, like with bubble craps. So there's a 516. All right, so that is 24 is going to pay 28. What did we do last time? Did we collect or press? God dang it. We collected because it was 28, so we're going to press this time. 28. So there's 5 red, 3 white. We'll keep 2 white out here. 3 of the reds, and go up by that. So we're 25, 30, and 30. $10 back to the rack. So we'll color that up, clean it up. All right. Should we regress? Did I just jinx myself? Where did that come from? Don't know. Since I don't know. Well, no, that would have been the one. Yeah, the single, the extra single. Okay, never mind. That's fine. 4151. Nice out. Oh, you see how that hit like right there and stopped? You would think it'd be a good number, but it wasn't. Well, although we're playing the hybrid now, I got to forget that. Okay, so we lose that 10 right there, but we're going to win that 75 right there. So there we go. How about that? Worked out in our favor that time. That'll go off. Reset of dice. I don't know. Was that shooter 4 or 5? I was supposed to be every third shooter. Don't recall. I'll be the shooter. I think we're on shooter 6. $15. So I'm gonna put 15. I'll go on the pass line. I don't know. I'm an optimist when I'm shooting, so even though I probably shouldn't be. All right. So yeah, on my come-outs, like I said earlier, I throw 5, 1, 6, 2. So the 5 and 6 are on top. The 1 and 2 on the side. Not really any significance of it, but you got 6, 5 on the face as well on the front. I tend to throw a lot of 7s and 11s, but that's just here on my little 6-foot table. So take that as you will. Coming out, looking for a point. Nicer out. There's 5, 4, 9. Right after I said I throw a bunch of 7s and 11s, I'll throw a 9 right in the middle. Here I am. All right, we're going to play odds. So we're going to put 16 behind since it's the 9. And then we're going to need, what, 51 if we want to play the rest. It's $51. There's 45, and there, 48, and 51. All right, so we're on our inside numbers. Let's grab $2 on the hard 10, $2 on the hard 4. And I need to take a sip because I'm talking too much. Again, sorry about that cup. It's right there above my microphone whenever I take a sip. And it's a Yeti cup, so it kind of clangs with the ice inside. All right, back to the 4151 since our point is set. Dice out. Ooh, jumpy. 6 to 8. Let's see. We've been doing collect and press. Let's do press and collect. And let's go a little bit of a power press. Not a huge power press, but so that pays 21. I'll throw in $3. So there's 5. I'm going to get 2 and change. And take my 8 up to 42. We're just going to press the single number instead of doing like the sisters and taking that up 30 each or whatever. Try something a little different. Not really, it's not different. Dice out. Different than what I've been doing the first few shooters where I've been collecting and then pressing. I was going to press and then collect. There's a hard 4. Hey, we'll take that. 2 is going to pay 14, or we'll do 15 for 1 as I throw chips around. And then I'll take this last single and put it there on top of the hard 10. I will take that and put it on the 4 since that's what we want it with. That's kind of the reason it's there. You hit it and you take the winning and put it on the number that it represents. So for $2, we now have 15 on the 4. It's a good investment. Dice out. It's a good investment when it works. We'll say it that way. 415. So we're going to collect. 15 is going to pay 21. We've already done a press and we've done our little hard 4 thing. So let's collect that $21 and smile about it. 4151. Dice are coming out. And a 5-2, and we're through. 5-2, and we're through. That sucks. No sugarcoating that. Big old stack of red. 1 solo green and a few white. All right, so I was the shooter, right? So now we're going back to Random Randy. What is the female version of Random Randy? What's the R? Random what for a female? All right, we're just going to go 4151. We're going to wait for a point to be set, and then we'll place our bets. Dice out. 415. 5 is the point. Well, what should we do? Maybe do something a little different. I don't know. I don't think about it too long. Start smoking, and then my head starts smoking, and the smoke detectors are going to go off. So we're doing 66 inside. 3, 3, and 3, just like we've been doing. Trying to get some money built up, and then we'll kind of do something a little different. I mean, we did a hybrid a while ago, and that did all right. Little hedge hybrid. And I may get terminology wrong. I've only honestly been playing this game for a year and a half. Dice out. But I've tried to absorb as much as I could in that year and a half. There is a hard 6. All right, let's go back to collecting and pressing. So that'll pay 21. Same bet, please. Collect. And, I don't normally play a lot of like the prop bets or whatever you want to call them, the inside bets, the hard ways and stuff, when I'm actually playing at a table. I mean, I will, but if I'm up, or if you happen to see a pattern, somebody's just nailing hard 6s and hard 8s, then yeah, I'll play them. That is an 6 rather. We collected last time, so we'll press this time. Let's throw in $3. So we get 2 and change, and take my 6 to 42. So there we go. 18 and 24 is 42. Staying with the 4151. About 30 minutes in to the live. Dice out. We'll see how we feel after the next 30 minutes, or where our bankroll is, really. 42. All right, 6. We hit the 6. So 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer, take my 6 up to 60. 2 green, 2 red, and we put 31 back in the rack. I was talking about hard ways, and I hit hard ways. Why weren't you playing them? Because I didn't want to. Nice out. 415. Point. Hit. 15 is going to pay 21. What did we do last time? Well, we pressed the 6. We're not really going on a collect press right now, so I guess we collect. I don't know. Pays 21. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just take a nickel on the 9, a nickel on the 5, and I'll put 11 back in the rack. How about that? When in doubt, either collect or do like a half press, if you could do it, if you think it's a good idea. 4151 coming out. Looking for a new point, and we're right back on the 5. All right. Let's pick up our hard 4, hard 10, $2 each. These are not bets. It's just what I like to do. I like to keep the current shooters' winnings thus far. That way I can kind of see if we're ahead or not on that shooter. Dice out. Of course, I could put another rack out there. I mean, I've got more. I've got like 10 racks. Dice out. Wish I had 10 racks of money. There's a 516. All right, 60 is going to pay 70. We did a half press last time, but anyway, we're going to take this 6 up to 90. That's easy enough, and we still get to put a little back in the rack. So we're now at 90, and 40 goes back to the rack. Now let's hit that 6 again. As long as we're hitting 6s, might as well hit it again. Dice out. Nope, 3 craps. But that doesn't help us, doesn't hurt us. It's a horn number. Do we want to see a horn and bet the horn? Nah. All right, dice out. 516, there we go. All right, 90 is going to pay 105. Anytime I hit that first black chip on a payout, I'm going to collect. I'm going to collect because that's a good chunk of change. When I'm throwing, by the way, I said it last week, I try to aim like right there on this line. That's about 4 or 5 inches, I guess. Not that it matters. Some people try to throw at the base of the wall. I try to throw to where at least, and I'm throwing like knuckleball style, so I'm not putting a backspin on it. I found that when I used to throw a backspin, my dice would like stop dead sometimes and not even hit the wall. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just throwing like knuckleball style and trying to hit about 4 or 5 inches in front of the wall. Dice out. So you at least get a bounce, especially if you throw it kind of low trajectory. Don't get a lot of air underneath. Ace deuce, 3 craps. No help. 4-1-5-1 set. Nice out. Another 3 craps. Should have done the see a horn, bet a horn. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. 4-1-5-1. Nice are out. 5-1-6. We'll take it. The 6 is hitting, man. That's another 105. We are just going to go right up to 180 because we ain't scared. Plus, it's fake money anyway, right? $15 back to the rack. I like those haters that come on and say, oh, you guys are just YouTube warriors, not playing with real money. You know what? I do this for practice, so when I do go play with real money, I have some semblance of what I'm doing instead of sitting on the YouTubes being a keyboard warrior. Dice are coming out. 628. Finally, get to press up the 8 a little bit. What is that? 18 pays 21. Let's throw in $3. We'll get 2 and change and take our 8 up to 42. Right? Right. Quarter, 3 red, 2 white. 1 white back to the rack. We'll take that. 4-1-5-1. Coming at you. Dice are coming out. 2x4-6. Yes, please, and thank you. 180 is going to pay 210. Oh, and I have to get some more black chips. What a sucky problem to have. 210, and I'm just going to say same bet. Kind of like that first time you hit that 1 black chip. First time you hit 2 black chips. Take it. All right, 4-1-5-1. We're going to stick with that. That's doing us well thus far. Dice are coming out. 3 craps. Ace deuce. Tell you what I am going to do. I'll leave those hard ways there, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the 4 and 10 for 20 each. So there's $40. So I'm going to buy the 4 and 10 for 20 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I mean, I can take those down, but I mean, it's $4. I'll just leave it there. Or I could spread them all out singly onto the. I could do that. Let's do that. I'm going to have to move this. Get all discombobulated here. Rather be combobulated. All right, I'm just going to take 1 each off of those, and we're just going to play all the hard ways for $1, just for fun. Just for fun. That's what we're doing, right? Trying to have some fun. Dice are out. Whoa, landed on the chips. Hard 6. There we go. Our first payout. I mean, it's awesome in several ways. I mean, we're getting a whole whopping $9 over there. And so we're just going to pay that out first. And dealer, take me up to a nickel. And then we'll collect 5. Now, our 6 here pays 180, pays 210. So we collected the last time. Let's press on this one. What are we going to go to? Let's be risky. Go to 300. That is 75, 85, 90 back to the rack. So we're getting into some good numbers here now. So that 300 would pay what? 35 if we hit it. It's kind of uncharted territory for me. Dice out. I mean, yeah, I hit stuff like that when I'm just messing around here, but I don't get to hit it very much when I'm playing at a real table. All right, 8, 6, 2, 8. We're going to lose a hard way. Why did I do that? That should have paid the 6 a while ago, so that should be like that. So we're going to lose that 8 hard way. We're going to win here, so that is 42 pays 49 or 50 for 1. We'll take that to 60. And we'll put 31 back in the rack. And what we'll do is take that 1 and just throw it back on that hard 8 for the hell of it. For the HE double hockey sticks of it. Hockey sticks. Speaking of hockey sticks, congrats to the men's and women's Olympic gold teams. Dice out. We don't have hockey down here in Houston anymore. We used to have some minor league teams with the arrows. First of all, let's pay this. Okay, 4. First, we're losing the hard way. Right here, that 20 is going to pay 40 for $1 VIG. So there's our $1 VIG, and it's going to pay 40. We're going to say, take my 4 to 40. So I'll take that 20 back over here. I'm going to color that up. There, I'm going to color that up. There. And we'll take that. Anyway, as I was saying, we don't have hockey here. So I don't get to watch a lot of hockey. I mean, I can. I mean, I'm not a diehard fan. I'm not a fan of any one particular team. But, you know, we've been in the mix for the last few years in the conversation of getting an NHL team. And we're the 4th largest city. I don't know why. I say we. I'm not even in Houston proper. Not even in the same county. But I'm in the greater Houston area. 4151. And a 527. Looky there. Oh, well, we had a good run there. We got up to 300 on our 6. That's good. Except we didn't get to get any more payouts on it, but we got a few payouts on it. So anyway, what I was going to say is, yeah, I hope we do get NHL hockey. I would be a lot more interested. Otherwise, what I was meant to say was that I only watch it during the Olympics. And just kind of have to remember some of the rules, you know, from when I used to watch it. We used to go to the minor league hockey games down here. Especially when I was younger, my grandfather had season tickets. So we got to go see Gordie Howe and his 2 sons when they were on the old WHL Houston Aeros, or WHA, I think it was. Anyway, all right, hey, let's get a quick rack check here because we did pretty good on that one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what we started out with. 7, 8, 9. 925, 950, 9 something, 65, 969. 969. So we're $369 up thus far. What time we got? Oh, it's only 8:16 Central. We got time. Let's play a little more. Maybe we'll do something different since we got a little more money now. Am I the shooter? Is it my turn to be the shooter? You know what? It might be. So I'll just take that. And I will move that. Can we see? I'll put that there. Yeah, we can see that. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put this here because I'm going to play the ATS. So I'm the shooter. I'm going to get my pass line bet. Make sure my mic is still on. Yep, looks like it. Okay. And then I'm just going to play 2-1-2. So I'm going to throw a 5 in. I'll play 2-1-2 on the pass line. So, or not the pass line, the ATS. Think you can see that? Right. Yeah, camera actually picks that up fairly decent. All right, so I am the shooter. So we're back to our come out set for me, which is 5162. Nice out. I got to remember to put these little numbers up. See, I throw 7s and 11s. Okay, so I got to buy back in here. So that's another nickel. Keep my ATS up. We hit 15 on the front line. That is a front line winner. I'm going to bump that by 5, put 10 back in the rack, and then take 3, cover the any craps. Crap check, $3 crap check. All right, so sticking with the 5162. 5162. Dice up. 2 by 4, 6. All right, so mark that. Remember to do that first. 6 is our point. We have 20 back there. I'm going to go ahead and put 20 behind. Just one-time odds. And let's bump it up to quarters. What are we going to do here? So we'll have to get change there. There's 5 for 5. One of them goes on that 8. And the rest just go back in the rack. We lose the any craps, so that'll come down. Point is 6. We'll pick up, we'll put a nickel on the hard 4, hard 10. How about that? Throwing all kind of money around now. We got a little. Time for some liquid refreshment. 4151. Nice out. Oh, man. As soon as I get aggressive. As soon as I get aggressive. And I was a shooter on that one. That sucks. Was I the shooter on the last one? I was not. All right, so now we're going to go to 2 random shooters. That'll come down. Man, well, you can get nothing. Play the ATS and you get 1 number. So we're going to go to a random shooter. I'm going to go ahead and play the ATS again. There's $5. We'll just play it on Random Randy. There's 212. And I don't know if you notice or if you can see that, but mine pays 35 and 35 on the outside instead of 30. And it pays 176 in the middle instead of 151 or whatever some of the tables pay. All right. Set of dice. Let's take that box cars. All right, we are coming out. We're going to throw the 4151. I'm not the shooter. I mean, I am technically, but logistically, I'm not. Dice out. Game-wise, I'm not. 628. All right, mark the 8. Let's get that done. Mark the 8 over here. Let's get that done. And let's go 110 inside. We're still going to go a little aggressive here, at least for a shooter or 2. We'll try to do a 2-hit and regress. So 2 hits, collect on 2 hits, and then regress. And then you'll be out of the hand, basically. Because they pay, each one of those pays 35. So we get 2 hits, that'd be 70, and we go down to 66, and then you're out of the hand. Right? Right. Dice out. 549. There's 1 hit. Or we could do like that one that the video that I just had. What was it called? Hit for the cycle, where you hit the number and then you take it down. But we also had a DC bet on that. Anyway, there's 70. I'm not playing the hard ways right now. I'm just moving the chips over here so I could play the ATS. Oh, what did we hit there? 9. So let's move that up. Okay. Got to remember. You remember. 4151. Dice are out. Ooh, that was short. Oh, yeah, wouldn't you know it? I throw it short and I hit a 617. Well, I guess we're not going to go aggressive anymore. At least not until we get a little more money back. There'll be 1 more random shooter, and then I'll be the shooter again. Just got to remember that. Of course, if it goes that quick, that should be easy to remember. We'll play the ATS. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, no, we're going to take that 538. That's what we're going to do. All right, ATS, $5, 212, please. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Alrighty. All right, dice are coming out. We're doing a 4-1-5-1. Looking for a point. Wait a minute. That's got to go down. Right? New shooter. Dice out. 3-2-5. Mark that. Point. And let's go 88. We'll go 88 inside. There's 100. We'll get 12 and change. It's like I didn't want to go 110, but I didn't want to go back down to 66. So what's in the middle? 88. So 20 on each, 24 each on the 6 and 8. There's 88. We got that? Excuse me, I don't have a mute button. Trying to cough away from the microphone. Probably just blew your speakers out. Hopefully not. Don't send me the bill. What am I doing? I'm making sure I've got everything right. Got the 5 marked. That. I want to do the 4 and 10 for $2 each. Hard 4, hard 10. All right. There we go. 4-1-5-1 coming. Dice out. 6-3-9. All right. 9. Mark that. 20 is going to pay 28. We'll do a collect. Same bet. 28. Trying to get a little money back. See if we can get 2 hits. We do 2 hits and down. What do we get then? 28, 28 is 56. So we'd be in for 10 plus the 4 we got on the hard ways. So that's not bad. You get 2 hits and down on the 88. Nice out. 6-5. Yo. Good for the bonus. Nothing else. Getting those practice tosses in. All right, 4-1-5-1. Dice out. 4-1-5. That's point. Point hit. 20 is going to pay 28. We collected on the last one. We're going to collect on this one as well. That's 2 collects. And then we're going to say, dealer, take me down to 66. So it'll be 1 off of each, 1 unit off of each. And we're out of the hand. So basically out of the hand. Color up here. It's 5 white for red. Pucks off. 5 is marked. 88. We got our hard ways. We're not working anything. We're not working the hard ways. We're not working the inside numbers. But the ATS is always on. They'll leave the light on for you. Dice are out. Looking for a point. 3 craps. I have to get that with my hand. There we go. 3 craps. Mark it. There we go. No help, no harm. Still throwing a 4-1-5-1. Can you wait to throw some dice? There you go, Michael. Atlantic City. I can honestly say I've never been there. I've been to New Jersey. I've been up to the Northeast. Former truck driver. I've been to all 48 states. Nice out. And 7 Canadian provinces. But yeah, as a tourist or anything like that, I've never been to Atlantic City. I know it was good for a while, and then it kind of went downhill, but I think they're kind of bringing it back a little bit now. I don't know. You tell me. You're going up there. How is Atlantic City? 5-4-9. That's our point, right? Right. 9 is marked already, and we are off and running. Borgata. What do they have on their table minimums there at Borgata? Dice out. Of course, I know it's probably going to be different, weekday, weeknight versus weekend. 6-4-10. We'll mark that. We're going to lose here, so we're going to buy back in for our hard way. There's $2. Whoop. And we'll keep on rolling. Atlantic City is a lot of fun. Good. So it's cleaned up, or I don't know. Hell, I'm 61, so I remember probably 15, 20 years ago where Atlantic City kind of had a bad rap. Dice out. Hopefully it's cleaned up. Maybe it never was bad. I don't know. 314. We're going to lose our hard way there. We're going to buy that back. So there's $3 and change. We got a marker 4. All right. So we got all of our inside numbers there. North Jersey, 2-hour drive. Weekends 15. There you go. 225. Okay. That's about standard. That's kind of the way it is down here. Lake Charles is what's closest to me. About a 3-hour drive. And I think Horseshoe and Golden Nugget may even have like a $10 table on weekday mornings, but then they go to 15. And then I know LaBerge is like 15 during the day and then 25 at night. And they even have like $50 and $100 tables at LaBerge, which I'm sure you can find that at Golden Nugget and Horseshoe. I don't know about Horseshoe, probably Golden Nugget. Dice up. Quit talking and start chunking. There's a hard 8, a square pair. 8. There we go. Ooh, we just need one more there. What we got? 18 is going to pay 21. We are good to press. So let's throw in $3 and we'll go to 42 on the 8. Always like to get to 42 because that next one pays 50 or 49 for one. Caesars and Bally's. Okay. What are the Caesars properties are there? Is it just Caesars, or do they have like Harrah's and Horseshoe and whatever else is under the Caesars umbrella? We'll have to get our. We took a little vacation to the Northeast about 3-4 years ago. You know, being Texas people down here, we don't get up that way that often. So we had 5 days in July going into August. About 3 years ago, that we went to Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine. So in 5 days, we went to all that, and we saw whatever we could see. We even dipped our toes in the Atlantic Ocean just to say we did, because we've been to the Pacific, and we live on the Gulf, so we've touched all 3 oceans. My phone is buzzing. That's probably going to kill the live for a second. I have an 8:30 alarm, and that's going off. Oh, dismiss. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got a little vibration there. Uh-oh, did we lose? Looks like I might have to expand or zoom back out. No? Looks good on the phone. Maybe that was just while the alarm was going off. We do have a 5-second delay or 10-second delay. Oh, I know what I did. I have the screen rolled up. What you got? Motivation, New Jersey. City isn't, but the casinos are good. Boardwalks another day. Borgata's more expensive. Quite a weekday. Hope to catch a good roll, Michael. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Report back. All right, dice are out. 4, 1, 5, 1. Hard 6. Oh, there we go. We're down to the old standby 2 and 12. Let's see. 18 is going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $3. Get $2 and change. Take my 6 to 42. There we go. Hard 6. All right, 4, 1, 5, 1. We're going to go just a little bit more. Was I the shooter on the last one? I don't remember. What I'll do is I'll finish with me being the shooter. So maybe after this shooter, I'll be the shooter, and that'll be our last one for the night. 4, 1, 5, 1. I got some stuff to do tomorrow, and I got to get up around 5, so we'll call it an early night. There is a hard 8. 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for one. Take my 8 to 60, please. There we go. $31 going back to the rack. 8's marked already. We need a 2 or a 12. 2 or a 12. All right. Same set. 4, 1, 5, 1. Dice out. Whoa, rolled right over the puck. 5, 3, 8. We'll take that. 60 will pay 70. He'll take it up to 90. So just one green, one red. Just like that, we're up to 90. We got $40. Going back to the rack. 4151. Dice are out. 3 craps. We've already got the 3. We need a 2. We need a 2 or a 12. Can we get it? You know, I haven't hit the ATS in a while. Even here at my home table, I have not hit the ATS in a while. Dice out. Hard 4. Hey, all right. That helps. Already got the 4. Hard 4 here. $2 is going to pay 14, or we'll pay 15 for 1. We'll take the other one, put it on my hard 10, please. Take 15 and put it on the hard 4, or not the hard 4, but put it on the 4, please. Place my 4. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw in a nickel. Go ahead and buy the 4. There we go. Buying the 4 for 20. You know, I hit it once. I hit the ATS once at WinStar. Was it WinStar or Choctaw? I think it was Choctaw, Durant, Oklahoma. And I was not on it. That is the way that it goes. And I also hit like 3 10s as a point. I made money on that. I just didn't make money on the ATS, but yeah. All right, 4151. Dice are out. Hitting the puck. There's a 549. That's point. As I rake them out of the way. Already got the 9. Point. 15 is going to pay 21. I'm going to take the 4 and the 9 up to 25 each. So 2 and 2. We'll collect $1. And then those are 25 each. So we're going to put 2 greens out there. There we go. All right. Coming out. I'll be the next shooter, but this is a random shooter right now. And hopefully they hit the 2 or the 12. Dice out. Hard 8. Yeah, I've hit that a few times. I'll take it though. But we're not working, so it doesn't help us right there. 5, 10, 5. That was good. So you hit the whole thing, the all tall small? The all. So that's a good chunk of change there. 4151. Dice out. Oh, so close. All right. One more shooter, and that's going to be me. Excuse me, I got a cough. Hopefully not on the mic. Guess I could cover the mic. I need a mute button. I just got a little cheap lavalier mic. And no controls down here for me to do anything with. So that's that. 212. You know what? We'll leave that out there. I'm going to be the shooter. I'm going to go ahead and buy in for 212. There's a nickel. So that's me buying in already. And then I put my, let's go ahead and put a quarter out. We'll put a quarter out on the pass line. And we'll hedge it. We need, what, $4 to hedge any craps. So any craps down there. I'm just going to put it on the C up here. Ooh, another set of dice. Nothing. Take card 6. All right, coming out, I throw a 5162 on the come out roll. Dice out. 617. That's why I throw the 5162, because I throw a lot of 7s and 11s. Lose any craps. Win 25 down there. Whenever I hit the front line, I like to bump it up. So I'm going to bump it up by a nickel. 30. So to cover that, we're going to need $5 on the any craps. So go to C. 131 for the dealers. There you go. I've done that. WinStar, I put like 111 out for the dealers. Or if I'm playing, which again, I don't play the hard ways that often, but if I do, I'll put, you know, 1 each on the hard ways for them. And then I'll tip at the end, hopefully, if I have money left. Nice out. Coming out, looking for a point, and another 617. Oh, we'll take it. Lose the any craps. Win 30. Whoops, not 55, 30. And then I'm going to bump that up by a nickel, quarter back to the rack, and another nickel on the any craps. And we're still looking for a point. Oh, we lost this twice, didn't we? Because I did buy in for that. So we hit 2 7s. There's $10 Buying the ATS on the 2 7s that I lost. Yeah, against the rules, but it's house rules. And it's my house, so it's my rules. I sound like a dad. Nice out. 2 by 4, 6. All right, so we got our first little ATS number there. Point is 6. We got 35 back there. We lost the any craps. So we're going to go ahead and play 35 behind 35, not 30. All right, and then we'll throw some green out there. How about that? We'll go on the 5, 8, and 9. Gonna need, oh, I got a nickel. There's a nickel. And then let's go ahead and get changed. There's a quarter. I'm gonna get 5, and then I'm gonna put 5 on the hard twin and hard 4. Good. Or 6 marked. Good to go. 4, 1, 5, 1. Dice are out. 3 craps. Get away from the chips. There's 3. We'll mark it. These are thin. They're super thin. So they kind of slide a little bit on the table. So I always have to kind of watch out when I move them around. Need to get some thicker ones. I just got those off Amazon. It was like, 1 through 100. So I had to get 100 chips just to get the 2 through 12. But yeah, I need to get me some of those little official lammers. I need to get the on and off and the lay and the buy and all that. All right, 4, 1, 5, 1 coming out. Dice are out. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, 5. All right, 25 is going to pay 35. I'm just going to same bet it. Same bet. See if I can get 2 hits at least. Might regress. I don't know. Might step on the gas. Nice out. 6, 3, 9. Make sure you hit the back wall. One of those did not hit the back wall. Mark that 9. 25 pays 35. That is 2 hits. So we got 70 collected. Do we come down at all, or do we just leave it out there? Let's hit one more, because we got at least one more, because we got a good chunk of change down there on the pass line for our point number. Although some people would say, well, you might as well regress because you got a good chunk of change out there. Dice out. 6, 4, 10. All right, we're going to lose our hardway. When you get that one, I'll buy the hardway back. That's my 5 to cover that 5. And we're good. Right? Right. 4, 1, 5, 1. Dice out. 6, 2, 8. We'll mark it. 30 pays 35. Let's go to 42. We'll go to 42 on the 8. We'll click that. There's 5. I get 5 singles. There's 2 of them are going to go on there. The other 3 will come back to me. And we're at 42 on the 8. 4, 1, 5, 1. Nice out. Hard 6. That works. That is point. There we go. We got that. All right. That pays 35 on the flat. 35 pays 6 to 5. That's 7, 6 times 7, 42. Should know that. 42. All right. So I'm going to put a nickel on there. We're going to take the rest of this back to the rack. $75, $100. That's nothing to sneeze at. Okay, there's 25 for a green, 4 green, oops, 4 green for a black. So 107 back to the rack. All right, that's good. We're going to do a come out roll. That's $40. So we need 7 for the any craps to cover for 42. I'll put it down there. I think we can see that, right? Yeah. Checking the screen. All right, come out roll. I do a 5, 1, 6, 2. Dice out. And there's my 437. All right, so we lose this. Do we want to buy back in? It's just money. So we'll buy back in on the ATS. There's $5. Frontline winner. So we hit 40. We lose the any craps. Let's take that down. I'm going to bump it up by nickel. So we're at 45 now. 7 back to the rack. Or I'm sorry, 35 back to the rack. 45 out there. So we need 7 on the any craps. So $7 crap check. And we're reset on the ATS. Can we get a long roll and get it back up there? Find out. Oh, I got to get back to my set. 5-1, almost through the regular set. 5-1-6-2. All right. Here we go. Dice route. 3-2-5. All right. Mark the 5 here. 5 is the point here. What do you want to do with that? Just move it over to the 6. Give me some money. There you go. There's a nickel. Cover that. All right. We got 5. Good. Oh, any craps comes down. Point. Good. Oh, we need to get behind. So 45. We have to play 46 behind. Play an even number. Because I don't carry any coins around with me to break a dollar. 4-1-5-1. Dice route. 6-3-9. We'll take it. 25 is going to pay 35. Go up to 35 on the 9. We'll take a quarter. There's 4 quarters. We'll leave those 4 quarters, and we might need to make change. 4-1-5-1. Dice out. 6-2-8. What do we got on there? 42. There's 8. 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer take me to 60. 2 quarters, 2 nickels, $31 back to the rack. Now we'll switch those out. There's 4 green for a black. Let's see. 4-1-5-1. I need to get a drink real quick. Hang on. There we go. A little bullet old fashioned. Dice out. 6-2-8. I'll take it. 60 pays 70. Dealer take me to 90. 1 green, 1 red. We're at 90. 40 back to the rack. 4-1-5-1. Coming at you. Dice are out. Ooh, crisscross. And then we got a hard 6. 30 pays 35. Take me to 42. So there's a quarter back there, and then we need $2. Here, we'll just take it out of there. $2 to make it 42. Oh, did we mark it? No, we didn't. There's a 6. Hopefully I've been marking everything. I forget. 4-1-5-1. Dice out. Ooh, there we go. Good for the ATS. It's obligatory that you say that when you're not playing the 2 on anything. And you are playing the ATS. It's good for the ATS. Good for the bonus. Yes, it is, Captain Obvious. Dice out. And there's the other side. We'll take it. All right, we got the hard ones out of the way. Can we get the rest of them now? What do we got? 3, 4, 10, and 11. Can we do it? Dice out. There's an 8. We'll make money in the meantime. I can do that. 90 pays 105. First black chip, I always collect. Collect, collect, collect. It's good to collect another black chip. All right. 4151. Dice out. Whoa, that was a long throw, but there we go. 628, right back on it. Another 105. Dealer take me up to 180. I'm just going to go all the way up to 180. Some people go to 120, go to 150. I'm going to go to 180. So only $15 back to the rack. But we collected 105 on the last hit, plus another 15 there, 120. And then now we're up to 180. And then we're going to get a couple black chips if we hit it again. Of course, I just jinxed myself. 4151. Get an 8. Nope. Got a 5. That'll work. That's point. I'll take those out with my hand because I'm not going to throw the stick in there. All right. So 45 on the flat. We got 46 in the back. That's 23. 3 times 23 is 69. He said questioningly. So that is 70 for 1 for the back. We'll take that. So good chunk of change there. We'll go up by a nickel. So that's going to take us up to 50 now. And then the rest of this goes back to the rack. But I'm going to color up some as we go. There's 5 for a quarter. 5 and 5. There's 2 more quarters. There's 4 quarters for a hundo. And we got 155 going back to the rack. I'll take it. 50 there. So we need any crap check for 56. That's $8. So there's 5. I'll get change. So we need $8 crap check. $2 back to the rack. We'll color these up real quick. There's 5 for a quarter. And 4 quarters for 100 that I don't have. There we go. 100 right there. And let's go. Let's throw a come out roll. 5162. Dice are out. 437. No, bad for the ATS, but good for the front line. Take that out with my hand. That is a 437. So front line winner, $50. I'll take that to the rack and throw out the nickel. So I'm now at 55. We lose the any craps. So I need to put another 8 out there. So 56 will cover 55. There's a quarter for 5. And then I need to take one of these and get 5 singles. There we go. So another $8. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. This goes back to the rack. These are bets. That is a hard 4, hard 10. The rest of this stuff is just from the shooter, which is me. What I've won thus far, which I'm safe to say that we're ahead. 4151. No, we are throwing 6. Oh, I got to get the ATS. Buy back in for that. 212. There we go. 5162. Dice out. 516. All right, 516. 6 will be the point. Got $42 there. What would you like to do? I'll just move it to the 5. Take the 2 off. 40 there. 55 behind. So I'm going to put 55 behind, playing one-time odds. And we got the 6. All right. Off to the races. 4151. Done us good so far. Let's keep doing it. Nice out. 538. Yes, sir. Please and thank you. 180. That's going to pay 210. I'm going to collect. And I am going to swap out 5 black for a purple. Good problem to have. So next hit on that we will press, but for now, yeah, we're going to collect those black chips. 4151. Dice out. Ooh, jumpy. 65 yo. That's a yo 11. Get the bonus. That's it. Oh, we need to take this any craps down. Sorry about that. I forget when it's down there. So we lost that on the come out roll when we made point. 4151 coming out. Dice out. 516 point. Awesome. Got the point. 55 on the flat. And now it's time for some math. 6 to 5 on the back. So that is 11 of those. So 66. 65 and 66. There we go. There's another 100 for those. 400. Bring that up. Put a nickel on there. We're now at 60 on the pass line. And we'll take all this back to the rack. Hundreds and quarters, nickels. Well, easier said than done. All right, swap out here. 5 for a quarter, rather. All right, come out roll. Oh, we need a hedge. Need a crap check. 60. So we need $9 for a $9 crap check for 63. There's $9 crap check, please. Yes, sir. 4151. Dice are out. 549. And I am going to be the last shooter. I said that earlier, and we're having a good roll. So we're just going to keep on rolling. There's a 9. But once I get to the inevitable, whoa, I had to put on the brakes so I could take any craps off. Crap check. Crap check. Checking of the craps. 4151. Dice out. White on the puck. Heart 8. That sucks, doesn't it? To hit that 180 for 210 again. Wow. All right. Last time we did get it up to 300 before. We're at 300 again. So let's see what we can do. We'll take what, 90 back to the rack? We can do that. Heart 8. We got that marked. Got our hard ways over there. Oh, we don't have odds. 60 in odds behind on the 9, and we're not even on the 6. What's going on here? 35. I'm gonna play 42, so I'll throw out another nickel and 2 singles. So there we go. Now we're good, I think. I'm sure I messed up somewhere. Long night, long day, long week, honestly, and it's gonna be a long weekend. But it'll come by in the blink of an eye. Nice out. Just got to work a little bit this weekend. That's all. It's going to be a long weekend. 2x4, 6. That's marked. What do we got there? 42. That's going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer, take me to 60. 31 back to the rack. And this does not suck. 4151. Nice out. 3 craps. Mark that. Get that out of the way. There we go. All right. I'm probably going to jinx myself, but I'm going to say one more hit, and then I'm going to regress. So let's see what we can do. Dice out. Oh, I didn't. Okay, good. 415. All right. That is 40. That's going to pay 7 to 5. That is what? 8. So 56. All right, what am I going to go down to? I don't know. We got 300 there. We're going to take that down. We're going to leave some green out here. We're going to go. Let's see, 2 on that. So 60, 60. Need another green. That's 50. And then this will go back to the rack. So 320 back to the rack. 321, I think. Did I end up taking I took my hard ways down, didn't I? Did I get that mixed up somehow? Or was that from no, it wasn't from the last shooter. 5, got to mark that, right? Okay. So hopefully we're square. All right, 4151, that's working well so far. Nice out. 6, 4, 10. Get that. And of course, as soon as I put it back out there, we lose it. But I'll put it back up. There we go. I think I can afford it. Need that 12. Can we get at least the talls? Can we? 4151. Dice out. 415. Okay. Hit a lot of those this evening. 50 on that pays 70. And I will go to 70. So we'll just flip that over. Take 50 back to the rack. And 70 on the 5. 5 is marked. We're good. 4151. Dice out. That was a short roll, but I got it anyway. It still hit the back wall. It just hit short right there. 516. 60 is going to pay 70. Do we have a 6 marked? Yes, we do. So take me up to 90. So we're building back up. Even though we regressed, we're building back up. We got 40. Whoa. 40 going back to the rack. And we have 90 on the 6. Right? Right. Bloody well right. 4151. Dice are coming out. I've been on here for an hour and a half. 3 craps. That's marked already. So nothing doing. No harm, no foul. 4151 coming out. I'd like to get a roll count. I don't even have a roll count. Well, there we go. We know the roll's finished now, but man, that had to be at least a 25 or so, if not more. Maybe 30. No, it couldn't have been 30, could it? 437. All right, so that's all done. Let's take all this down, and then we'll see where we're at. We started out with 600 for the night. Just for a little practice session, nothing spectacular. I'm not like filming a strategy video or anything. This is just practice. This is just me coming up. This is what I do on weeknights if we're home and there's nothing good to watch on TV or no good YouTube videos, then I come up here and I shoot craps for a little while. But yeah, let's color up. Let's color up. It's going to be good. See a lot of black chips. I see a lot of green chips. And there's some red. All right, so white's good. Let's color up the red. There's 5 for green. 4 green, 4 green. There's 2 black chips. Good thing, because that's all we had. Let's get some. Get the other colors in here. Orange and purple. All right, let's see what we got here. There's 5 black. There's 5 more black. That is an orange or pumpkin, but mine weren't pumpkin. They're neon orange. And we're good to go. 1,500, 6, 7, 8, 9, 75, 85, 86, 87, 88. 1988. Was that a good year for anybody? It wasn't for me. I don't know. Maybe it was. I was second year of my first marriage, my starter marriage. Anyway, 1,500, 19, 75, 85, 88. 1988, we started out with 600. So we 3x'd and then some in an hour and a half. Of course, you know, it's me, just one shooter. It's not like it's got to go all the way around the table, but I'll take it. So that was our live session. What do you got? Michael, all right. No problem. Thank you guys. Wayne, good deal. Thank you. Texas Craps. I don't know your first name, but I like the Texas part. Yeah. One good roll. Yeah. We actually had a couple of them in there, but that was, I think that was the longest one. But yeah, we're that's going to end it. Thank you guys for tuning in. If anybody's watching this later on, thank you for watching it. Hopefully you watched it all the way through. And happy Friday night to everybody. Have a good weekend. I may be on tomorrow night. It'll just be a pop-up. I'm not going to schedule anything, but that'll be it. And we're going to get a little shaky here because I got to take the phone off the rack and then turn it off. So thank you all for tuning in. Have a good evening. And we're going to stop this somehow. Right there.